guys, China in town here, and we are back with the new video today. So as you can see, we're not doing Tailor Tales, we're not doing Sims 4 today, and we're not doing Alice in Stardom, but we're doing Tailor Tales. And can you believe it? Like, we're already, we're, like I've been saying for the past forever, we're almost done with Neil's chapter, story. So this is so we're going to be doing chapter 19, and pretty much, we haven't played this game in like a month, so I pretty much think we left off like where Neil was just being Neil, and we got in an argument, and I told him like, get away from me, and he was like, okay. So pretty much we got a little client request to do, so we're going to the opera, so we got to make this dress. So hopefully I have all the pieces I need. I bought those gloves, so we're gonna get into it. But I do want to talk about something real quick, because oh my gosh, I was shook. So this past Thursday, I got in my very first car accident. I'd never been in a car accident ever in my life, and the car I have is I've had it for 2 years. So, you know, I was pretty shooken up and upset, and that's pretty much why I had to delay the upload for Sims 4 Bachelorette Challenge, because I was just too upset, and I was just in pain. And I just got back today from the chiropractor, and it's like there's like muscle sprains on the back, like my lower back, like just all my whole back is just like on 10. Like I woke up this morning, I'm just like, oh, my back, it's just too much. Like luckily I wasn't badly hurt to the point I had to go to the hospital or anything, and luckily my car is still drivable. And luckily I wasn't at fault, because what happened was the lady was turning, and where I live, since I live in America, I live in Ohio, anybody, you know, people that are going straight have the right of way automatically. But she kept going, trying to turn, and as I tried to put my foot on the brake to stop, and it was just too late. So hopefully, you know, we can get the car fixed. If not, then, you know, I gotta get a new car. But, you know, I am eligible for a rental, so hopefully all that's good. Just send me positive vibes. You know, it sucks that people don't know how to drive and ruin it for the rest of us, and just, you know, make things, you know, an inconvenience. Because now this is one more problem I gotta worry about with all the other gazillion problems I got, you know. But I try not to let it hit the surface, and I try not to let it think too hard about it, because, you know, it could have been worse. You know, I could not be here, and we won't ever get in. You know, we will never see this upload of Tailor Tales. Like, we're almost done with Neil's chapter, so shoot. So let's see. Okay, so first we're gonna start. On the dress. All right, so we got that. I don't even have that color blue. Oh my goodness, I'm always missing something. Hold on. Okay, let's try this again. I got the color. All right, skirt. It's gotta be blue too. But I hope everyone's having a good day and a good week so far. Mine's is going real good. It could be better, but it'll get better. Because I've been telling people about the accident, and everyone's like, girl, you finna get paid if you got hurt. Because literally the next day, I didn't even know this, but whenever you get in an accident, I guess people, you know, you file a police report. They, you know, everybody and their mom, like chiropractors and auto repairs, are blowing your phone up the next day as soon as the report comes out, talk about, you hurt anything? And the minute they told me, I was like, you know, asking me that, I was just like, they were like, you can get compensated for it. I was like, you know what, I do have a little shoulder pain, because I really did, like, the, you know, at least like an hour after the accident, literally my head was on 20. It was just like, oh my goodness. Like, I was just like, well, maybe it's just because I'm just really frustrated and upset. But I guess, you know, when I bumped into the lady, I guess I bumped hard enough to where, you know, I'm having muscle sprains and knee pain and stuff. So hopefully it'll all get better. Okay, so the style's wrong. Oopsie. Really? Okay, we don't have that top either. Are you kidding me? Let's see if we can try to pass with it. Really? These client requests are annoying. Like, it has to be precise. Like, it has to be exactly what the picture is in the other side. It's just annoying. Alright, okay, it looks good. Okay, let's try now. Yes! Well, I got money too. Hold up. Y'all think I'm gonna get that much back compensation wise from an accident? Probably not. Like, I talked to the attorney and everything, and he was like, you're not gonna get a whole bunch, like, to the point you're gonna retire, but, you know, it's something. I was like, well, I'll take that then. Shoot, money's money. Let's see. Okay, so now we go to, do we have to change our outfit then? Let's see. Let's go. Okay, I see. Look at her! Yes, that is such a cute dress. I am here for it. Yeah, we're gonna go into this chapter. It's almost 6 o'clock and I'm waiting for Angela to pick me up at my home so that we can attend the opera together and have dinner afterwards with our guest of honor. We know who that is. I'm all dressed up and I'm a little bit nervous as I've never even been to an event like this and will probably feel out of place. It's snowing, so it's hard to make out what's going on in the distance. I can hear a car pull up and see a very fancy looking car on the street, and inside I see Angela, who waves at me, beckoning me to come over and get in. Oh yeah, Angela invited us to like a opera thing or something, I don't know. Quickly I make my way over to the passenger side and open the door, making myself comfortable as I slip into my seat, or the seat. Oh, that is nice, that car nice. Everything on the inside is made from white leather. It's definitely an expensive car. It's very warm too. You ready to get bored? Asked Angela with a half-hearted laugh. I simply smile at her. I'm excited and nervous. Don't be. You probably won't even be able to follow what's going on, and the dinner won't be that exciting. But enough about that. You look lovely as always. That dress is to die for. Perfectly styled as well. Ain't that right, Ren? I blush a little at the compliment. Dang, just say thank you. Angela presses the gas pedal and we're on our way to the opera house. Is this the opera? How y'all having an opera at the bathroom? Enough. The lobby is filled with lots of people conversing before the start of the show. Come on, let's go to our seats. Angela starts to hurriedly walk towards one of the gates. I try my best to keep up with her while wearing high heels. We enter the auditorium, which is richly decorated with vintage designs, detailed with golden flecks. In the distance is the stage. A large red curtain covers most of it. Tons of people are walking along the aisles, trying to get their seats. Angela's looking at our tickets to find the right seats, and we make our way through the ocean of chairs. We end up sitting somewhere in the back, but at least the stage is in the middle. I look at the empty seats next to us. So, where are your guests of honor? I ask. Fashionably late, answers Angela. The auditorium gets filled with more and more people as time passes, and it's almost time for the show to start. That's when I hear someone call out Angela's name from behind us. Angela gets up from her seat and greets two people with an air kiss. You made it! Dang, Neil looks just like his daddy. Hold up, y'all. They're an older man and woman, both dressed impeccably well, whatever that word is. They give off this rich impression. The man is very intimidating looking, exuding a position of power. The woman is frail and thin, but her white skin makes her look even more vintage, like she stepped out of a painting. Oh. This is the girl I've been telling you about. This is Pooper Licks. His face says it all. Like, what kind of name is that? What? The man sticks out his hand, and I quickly accept the firm handshake. Marcus, and this is my wife, Evelyn. Names click something in my head. Those are Neil's parents. I shook a dirty look at Angela, who gives me an innocent smile. See, she is such... Oh, my goodness. Nice to meet you, I say in a low voice. I immediately take my seat again and cross my arms. Angela didn't say anything about meeting Neil's parents. Please don't let this be part of some kind of... I'm surprised you're wearing something even remotely resembling modest this time. I look up from my seat. Bro. Why are we always getting finessed by Angela every time? I'm so tired of Angela now. It's Neil. Of course it is. Wearing a dashing tuxedo that makes him look sophisticated. But it's most definitely Neil. Oh, ugly butt. Angela, says Neil with the low growl after his eyes meet mine. Dang, he mad. Looking just like his dad. Is something the matter here? Marcus inquires. Yes, there's something the matter here. Neil looks at his father, then back at me, then finally gives Angela a deadly look. No, everything's peachy fine, he says sarcastically. His father doesn't pick it up. You must be Neil's fiance. It's so nice to meet you, dear. I've heard from Angela that you design your own clothes, asks Evelyn as she sits down. For a few seconds, I look like a fish out of water with my mouth opening and closing at random. I'm pretty sure Angela set me up under the pretense of inviting me to the opera, when in reality, she was letting me meet Neil's parents to go through with her ridiculous scheme. And right after Neil had said he didn't want to see me anymore. That's what happened. Okay, so you guys just watched the last episode. You know, I don't want to keep, you know, I shouldn't have to. I'm not going to explain something that you can just easily watch it. If you want to know what happened last episode, just watch it. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll leave it at the end of the video, okay? Just watch the video. And right after Neil had said he didn't want to see me anymore. I could kill Angela right now. I'm going to scorn her so much after this. Now, I don't know what to do. I mean, that is kind of a messed up situation. I feel like that needs to, I don't know. Don't do that in public. Dang. We should be petty. Now, I want to make Neil mad. Let's just go along with it. Why, yes, I do. This dress was designed by me as well, I answer in the politest voice I can muster. It looks absolutely stunning on you. Don't you think so too, Neil? Well, that'd be funny. Say no. Say no, sir. Please say no. I want you to say no. Neil, annoyed he's being asked for his opinion, simply continues to stare straight ahead of him and mumble something in agreement. Don't you give me that kind of attitude, young man, says Evelyn in a sturdy voice. Compliment your date. It's only polite to do. Now he got finessed. It's nice to know at least his parents were trying to teach Neil some manners, because I can recall that many times it seems he left them at the door. Exactly. Neil finally acknowledges me. You look nice, he says. Boy, I don't want to hear it. I know he's being forced to say this, but those words sting. Neil already made it clear he doesn't want to see me, so hearing fake compliments thrown my way only makes it worse. Girl, why does it matter what he thinks? Please. I want to escape this hell, but I don't want to appear rude to Neil's parents, who don't really know what's going on here. It's not their fault Angela's a conniving little... Ooh, I know, exactly. I'm almost starting to sound like Neil there. See, even Tailor Tales is like, you're not going to get to monetize, boo. Huh. I'm like, thank you. But I don't get paid for these videos, so it's whatever. I could say all kinds of cuss words because I don't get paid, eh? Oh, the show's almost starting. Evelyn claps her hands to get our attention. Now, let's all enjoy this evening together. Speak for yourself. Right, she's going to be the only one having fun. There's all sorts of emotions bubbling up inside of me, but I do my best to stay quiet for as long as possible. I just need to get through this, then I can leave. A crowd of people rushing in to find their seats as the red curtains open up. The auditorium quiets down. You can only hear the shuffling of fabric and footsteps. A lady wearing a very big dress walks up onto the stage and stands in the front of the orchestra. Then the violins start playing. It sends chills down my back. It sounds so sad. After a short intro of strings, the rest of the orchestra starts playing and the woman starts to sing. I'll be honest, I'm only half paying attention to the show. I keep thinking about Neil being here with his parents and how Angela tricked me into coming along. It's simply not something I expected of Angela. I'm sorely disappointed in her for cooking up something like this. I want to leave as soon as possible. The opera slowly moves along, all the while I'm sitting on edge, and it's not because of the beautiful performance. Finally, the woman stops singing and the orchestra stops as well. There's an announcement. They'll be back after a 20-minute break. The crowd starts to leave their seats to grab something to drink or use the bathroom. Okay, now it's time to cuss her out. I'm going to get something to drink, so I'll be right back, says Angela, and she speeds right out there. I'm glaring at her. She's running away from having to face my wrath. And that's also when I realize I'm left alone with Neil and his parents. Are you enjoying the show? Asked Evelyn politely. I still have to be polite, even though I was barely following it. Yes, I am. It's lovely. We can never get Neil to enjoy them, so I'm glad someone his age does. Neil quietly gets up from his seat. I'm getting something to drink as well. Before Neil can leave, Evelyn pulls on her son's hand and looks over to me. Aren't you going to offer your date something to drink as well? Be a gentleman. I can't take this game anymore. He about to be like, no. She's fine. She'll be fine. She can get her own damn drink. Neil looks at me. I can see he wants to roll his eyes desperately, but he's resisting himself, or restraining himself. My bad. Would you like to have something to drink, Pooper? I shake my head no. As soon as Neil gets his answer, he leaves. I'm left alone with his parents, and it's making me feel quite awkward. So, Pooper, where did you meet Neil? Oh no, Evelyn's going to ask me things about me and Neil. At least Marcus seems to be staying quiet. Right, he don't even care. At a cafe, I accidentally spilt some coffee on him. Evelyn gives me a small chuckle. The old classic. I'm happy to see that it didn't sour your relationship from the start. I giggle nervously. That's pretty much the opposite of what happened. Right, he cussed us out. Me and Neil definitely got off on the wrong foot. What he thinks of me right now, I have no idea. I don't even know what to think of Neil at the moment. I still think what I think. He's annoying and just rude. Like he's just too much. I mean, I can understand there's aspects of him where he's misunderstood too, because just his background, but at the same time it's just like you don't have to act like that. I kind of want to strangle him though, if that counts. Excuse me, I'm going to find the bathroom. I say so that I have an excuse to escape the questioning of Evelyn. Maybe I can find Angela and berate her for dragging me into this. Neil and her both about to cuss her out. I get up from my seat and leave the auditorium. There's a bunch of people standing in line to get drinks or food, but I don't spot Angela or Neil anywhere. When I'm looking around for any bathroom signs, I suddenly feel my hand yanked on. I'm pulled aside against the wall, away from the crowd. Why against the wall? He is so damn... Oh, I'm so mad. What are you doing here? Y'all, I'm about to get my Grammy. I can't. This is too much. No, hold on. He really just grabbed me against the wall, though. Wait a minute. What are you doing here? Neil hisses at me. Can y'all understand what I just said? Oh well. I glare at him. What are you doing here? I ask back and free my hand from his. Exactly. Don't you ever put me against the wall. Bro, I'm about to tell him about himself. Jerk. See? Tailor Tales be on it. They know. It's like, we can't get you demonetized, boo. I feel like I needed to add that. Neil is way too close for comfort, and it's giving me all too many conflicting feelings. Seeing him in a tuxedo instead of his regular dress shirt and vest is also throwing me for a loop. Yeah, he does look good with that tuxedo. I will give him that, okay? That's the only compliment he's getting in this entire video. I came here with my parents. No one mentioned I was going to be on some kind of date with my fake fiancé. Neil sounds completely pissed off. Well, I didn't know either, so stop making it sound like you're accusing me of something. Angela set me up. Neil backs away from me a bit and pauses to think. The angry expression on his face slowly fades into a milder one. He is abusive. Get him out of here. I knew it. I knew she was going to pull you into her shenanigans. Y'all should have both saw that coming, though. She was really trying to do that from day one. He looks at me with fierce eyes. I told you to stay away. Hey, just because you don't want to see me anymore doesn't mean I have to stop talking to Angela. She's my friend. I don't know. Leave a comment. Do you feel like, let's say if it's, your boyfriend or a friend, because I've been curious about this question myself. If it's your boyfriend or your friend and you guys stop hanging out, or they tell you, they don't want to see you no more, do you still go out of your way to hang out with their family and their friends, or do you just, cut them off too? But I guess that depends on, you know, the relationship between you and the family member too, because, you know, if it's a really strong one, it's just like, no, that's not right, that's not fair. But I feel like in some instances, if it's just kind of like, you know, because, you know, you have those like friendships where it's just like you're friends with one person and then they have their friends, and it's just kind of like, you know, they're friends with you, but it's just through association. So if something would happen to you and that friend, the other ones would just kind of fall off too. Anybody get what I'm saying? Just leave it in the comments. I'm curious. I just want to see something. Or was, I don't know. What she pulled right now definitely isn't acceptable. But you don't get to say in who I see or don't see. Exactly, manipulative butt. I understand I have no control over who you speak to, but perhaps I wasn't clear enough that day. Don't zoom in on me. Don't zoom in on him. Neil takes a clear step closer to me, tapping me with my back against the wall. Again. Oh, trapping me. I was tapping. I'm like, why is he tapping her on the wall? Now he's trying to harass us. No. If you want to live your life drama-free, then stay away from me and my lunatic of a cousin. It will only cause us trouble if you keep sticking around. Well, first it was your attitude. Now you're talking about, okay, so stay away from my crazy cousin. What? I mean, it didn't take much to realize she was crazy, because the girl was off the chain. I get angry in return, having Neil say the same thing to me again. It hurt the first time. Now it's simply infuriating. Tell him how you feel. Neil, you're an enigma to me. One day you want me around. The other, you're chasing me away. You don't even know what you want. What right you have in deciding for me. I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions just fine. Well, geez. I didn't realize you liked being around me that much. We don't. Perhaps I should sign a photograph of myself and hand it over to keep you satisfied. Maybe frame it and hang it in your boutique. Bro, fight him. Where's the punch option? Because he can get it for real. Sarcasm is dripping from his voice. He is too much. I hope the next Tailor Tales we do, I hope he's a lot nicer than Neil. I can't take Neil. I can't. My face flushes red. I'm not saying that. I protest. Then what are you saying? Neil asks perpetually. I bite down on my lip. What am I saying? I don't know myself. This whole Neil thing was already complicated enough before we ever touched each other's lips, let alone now when I roped into playing his fake fiance while Neil told me to stay away. Yeah, good thing you didn't give up the goodies, because that would have been a whole different issue too. He would have really just, we don't know what he would have done. I'm sorry. I stare at Neil long and hard. I don't know what to say or formulate my thoughts. He gazes right back into my eyes, and the murmur of the crowd falls to the background. Right now, we only have eyes for each other. Something deep inside me starts to stir, and I look away from him to curb the feeling. I don't know. But I do know I don't like it when you go ahead and decide things for me. That'd be really, you know, it would have been really funny if he was like, well, I got money, so I'll tell you what to do regardless, because I got money. And I would have been like, bro, I'm about to shove this $5 bill up your throat. Hush. I hang my head down and fiddle with the fabric of my gown. Typical, says Neil with a huff. I should have turned around the moment I saw you sitting down in that seat. You would not have done that in front of your parents, please. You're free to leave, I snap back. I will leave after the show ends. I'm sure I can come up with a good excuse to skip dinner. She invited you over for dinner as well? Asked Neil, sounding surprised. I didn't know it was going to be your parents, okay? But I'm not going to stick around and play house with you. Not when you so eloquently told me to stay away from you. Finally sick of discussing this with Neil, I turn around ready to walk away and find the bathroom. But I'm stopped once more as Neil grabs my hand again. Stop touching me. Wait, he says. I sigh in defeat and look at him in the eyes. Now what? My parents, they can't find out. Find out I'm not really your fiance? I say with a huff. I mean, you're not though. At least you have some amount of brains in that head of yours. Continue insulting my intelligence. I'm walking out of here right now, I warn him. And stop saying we dumb. Neil swallows and the expression on his face softens. The hold he has on my hand relaxes as well, and he covers it with his other hand in a reassuring way. My apologies. I'm a little on edge and taking it out on you when I should be taking it out on Angela. I think you both should. I think it's both justified for both Neil and Pooper Licks to go yell at Angela about this, because that's not right. Because, I mean, the relationship is already stained and strained and messed up and screwed up. And it doesn't help that she's going to try to do something like that and involve his parents. It's just like, who else you going to involve in this BS? Because that's not right. I'm a bit speechless with how fast Neil apologized for his mean comment. I didn't expect it. Not in a million years. Yeah, because he's being rude. Like, dude, you getting really mad at us, and for what? Neil takes a deep breath. I know I told you to stay away from me, and I promise, after this, you won't hear from me again. However, I'm asking you if you can hold out until after the dinner before leaving. I can still salvage things afterwards. Let me see, aren't you out of favors here? We'll be nice on this one, okay? Fine. I have no such obligation towards you to go along with this scheme. I say in a steady voice. Especially not after you told me to stay away from you. Neil shuffles on his feet, his eyes avoiding mine. I know what I said, but he mumbles. But this is only for tonight. Regardless whether it's only for tonight or for an entire year, as Angela had planned, your words were very hurtful that day. And I want a sincere apology from you before I will agree to anything. I just did! Bro, really? He hisses at me. That wasn't an apology for what happened 2 weeks ago, and you know it. Neil bites down on his lips, giving me a pointed and conflicted look. He starts pacing back and forth in front of me, his fingers running nervously through his black hair. He stops in his tracks, his shoulders slumping in defeat. Was it really that awful of a suggestion? He asked in a small voice. Suggestion? It wasn't much of a suggestion when you tell me to stay away from you and then leave my store. What else could I have done? Neil barks out. Let Angela drag you through the mud as she is now? I'm my own person, Neil. I have my own agency. Let me make my own choices and leave me to deal with the consequences. Don't decide it for me. There, I got it all out. The reason why I was so angry at him. He was deciding things for me when it wasn't what I wanted at all. Neil's golden eyes are wavering. He looks conflicted about something going on in his mind. If only I knew what was going on in that mind of his, things would probably be a lot easier between us. He starts swallowing his own voice. I thought it was for the best, and yet still things turned out this way. His peers... No, my laptop's dying. Come on, man. Really? Okay, I saved the day. It's charging. Okay, great. I still gotta play Tailor Tales on this computer, on my laptop, not on my big computer yet, so, yeah. Anyway, did I read this already? His peers threw his eyelashes into my own eyes. I feel myself holding my own breath in anticipation of what he's about to say. Say it already. I'm sorry for hurting you. It wasn't my intention. I wanted to spare you the drama. My computer is just blowing up today. I'm sorry, guys. He wanted to spare me the drama by creating drama. Great thinking there, Neil. Brilliant. Right, he's so dumb. Nonetheless, he apologized, and it sounds sincere as well. I never expected something like this coming from Neil, of all people. Well, it certainly didn't work out that way, I say with a slight smile, but apology accepted. Neil lets out a sigh of relief. So, will you please be my fiance? Ah, y'all, that's kind of cute. That is kind of cute, but I still don't like Neil, okay? Other people passing by overhear Neil's words and suddenly start going, oh, he's proposing! What? How loud did he say that? For people to be like, oh my god! Both Neil and I turned red at the misunderstanding. It really did sound like a proposal. Then y'all about to be stuck with each other. I'm so done with this game. Neil backs away from me in embarrassment. Well, don't leave the people hanging. It's so ugly. Neil bites out. What's your answer? Really? I try to control the blush on my cheeks, reminding myself this is a fake proposal, and I think it over. He did apologize just now, and I guess pretending for one night couldn't hurt. I'm kind of happy. See, that's the thing though. That's gonna keep going. Watch that keep going. We're gonna get a bad ending with Neil. I'm sorry. Do you guys think we're gonna get a bad ending with Neil? Leave it in the comments. I'm kind of happy Neil's talking to me again, finally soothing my anger towards him. Alright, but you owe me big time. Neil looks up at me with hopeful eyes. Really? I didn't expect you to agree. He sounds baffled. I can easily revoke my answer if you want me to. No, I can't do this without you. That was unexpected. I didn't think Neil would say something like that. Getting proposed in front of the women's bathroom. Good job, y'all. Then again, there's a lot of things Neil has done in the last 5 minutes that I would never expected. Neil flashes me a genuine smile. He looks so relieved. Thank you, Pooper. I really do appreciate it. Oof, that smile is way too heart-throbbing for me. Girl, bye. Neil really smiles. He really doesn't smile like that. I'm like, bro, how is your hair not gray? So whenever he does, it's like an arrow being shot through my heart. I look away from him to calm myself down. Alright, let's head back then. Alright, so I'm going to leave y'all hanging. Cliffhanger. Okay, this is going to be a cliffhanger episode. So that was chapter 19 of Neil's route of Tailor Tales. And I hope each and every one of you watching enjoyed this video. I did. But he really tried to like put us against a wall. Like, who is Neil? Really? I can't get over that. Like, you know what? I can't. But honestly, do you guys think we're going to get a bad ending with Neil's route? Leave it in the comments. Follow me on Twitter. And also, guys, I forgot to tell you too, good news. I am done with my math class. So I don't have to take any more math until the fall semester. So I'm done with my math class. I only have to take one class for the rest of the semester of the summer. So I will have more free time to do uploads. So expect another episode of Tailor Tales to come up, and also Alice in Stardom, and then we're gonna do Sims for the Bachelorette Challenge. So please anticipate, and please, most importantly, please like, share with friends, family, your dog, your cat, your refrigerator, your lawnmower, your garage, and most importantly, subscribe. Okay? And I will see you guys next video.